Space for my fans and me to interact, make art and have fun. It's a one-man show and entirely free. I do it every single week except some. I'm waiting to go, it's all live and online, so you should stick around and say hello. Are you feeling creative? Cause now's the time. Welcome to the Most Week Show.
I am not me. I am Art, and I am welcoming you to the Most Week Show. It is currently 9:06 on the 15th of March, 2020. You are here with me right now, and I thank you for that. If we were together physically, I would show my appreciation for you physically, with a hug, with a kiss, or with an elbow bump, as is the style of the time. As 'tis, best I can do is raise a glass to you. And you can raise a glass to me as well, that's absolutely fine. That's why the opening countdown is telling you to get a beverage. If you want to start a show with a toast, we always start the show with a toast here at the Most Week Show, as a sign of kinship, yeah? So here we go. To you, to me, and to hyperbole. Coronavirus is the worst disease in the history of the world. Cheers. Lovely bit of apple juice to start the morning. There is no finer way to do it. And spoiler alert, we're going to get straight to it.
When and what and who and why? Is she for real? Am I going to die? Whose genes are these? How big is a crow? If you ask Notme, then you'll know.
There we go. We are already right into the segments. No preamble here. No preamble, because the question that I was asked this week pertains very much to the larger sphere of this show. And now if you've seen the signs behind me, it's already given a little bit of a spoiler, a teaser if you will. But this week I was asked a question via a Facebook comment by James Eldridge. Wasn't he the guy who asked the question last show? Yes, he was. 2 episodes in a row. What an achievement. Is that because his questions are spectacularly interesting and demand answers, or is it simply because he's the only one asking questions? I'll answer that question with a question. Why can't it be both? Now, James asked, boom, what place does art have in this coronavirus-laden age of apocalypse? Also, isn't this pandemic basically a shameless lift from World War Z? Z. Your mileage may vary on that one. Well, James, great questions. As you can see from the signs here, coronavirus special and quarantine zone. These took me ages to do yesterday. This is a coronavirus-themed episode, top to bottom, so question answered. The first one, at least. As for the World War Z thing, I hadn't actually seen it before this week, but I did give it a watch. Obviously a lot of time on my hands this week, and I have to say I thoroughly enjoyed it. Brad Pitt with some of the best hair work of his career. It's up there with Troy. Absolutely gorgeous. So thank you, James. Normally I would chastise you for being so negative with your phrasing, but the phrase Age of Apocalypse does seem to be apropos at the moment, doesn't it? Especially here in Seattle. Office buildings are closed. Schools have closed. A lot of shops have closed. There's no sports, no shows. And when people are seeing each other on the streets, I mean, we're not leaving our flats, apartments, and other domiciles very frequently, but when we are seeing each other on the streets, we are not being friendly. We're keeping a disrespectful distance. So we are trying to keep some of the old Seattle spirit alive. You're not going to beat us entirely, coronavirus, but it is pretty crazy. It is pretty crazy. Is it crazy where you guys are? Does it feel like the beginning of a zombie film? I mean, it is Pretty nuts for me, though. I mean, I don't know a huge amount about the coronavirus. I do know that it's very infectious, though. I do know that it's very infectious, so I have self-isolated. How infectious is it? Well, it's, I don't know, it's roughly as infectious as... Infectious as! Boom! Family simile. Complete this simile. As infectious as... As infectious as what? Is it a disease? Is it a trend? Is it a personality trait that somebody has? Use your imaginospheres, guys, to complete that simile as creatively as possible, and leave it in a comment to the side. I don't know which side the chat is for you, but leave it there. Make it kind of creative and uniquely yours. Ideally, that would be great. If you win at the end of the show, I'll pick a winner, and if that is you, your name will go on the ticker at the bottom. The timing's never good for that. It's never that bit on the ticker when I say that, which is a shame. But it was SJ Beck 72 last episode with As Rare as the UK winning Eurovision, which was a great simile, evocative, tragic. And next time it could be you, so get commenting. Let's go back to the main screen now. Let's wipe up. Wipe up. I always like to give a quick shout out to our musical intro. Musical is always a great way, especially in these kind of troubled times where it's easy to get pretty stressed. Music is always a great way to take your mind off your troubles, to get away from it a while, and this is no exception. This week it was The End by Eva. Absolute tune, something I was bopping along to as we were going along, and I hope you were too. The End... Very evocative. The end of what, one might ask? I don't know, maybe the end of civilization through some kind of crazy pandemic. Damn! Back to Corona. That didn't last very long. Let's see what we've got. A Baby's Laugh. It's infectious as farts by Killer Kilch. Sure. As infectious as meat sweats. Are they infectious? I mean, I suppose sometimes when you see somebody with meat sweats, you think, God, I'll have what she's having. You think, I want all of that meat as well. So potentially, yeah, absolutely, that's great. AIDS. I mean, yes, that's quite a literal interpretation, I would say. I don't know that you've engaged the imaginosphere too much there, James. It's a little bit on the nose, if I can say that. But still, I mean, you can have other guesses. I'm not going to limit you to that one. I'm going to pop the family simile. If I can see my keyboard here, I'm going to pop the family simile on the ticker at the bottom. You'll notice that change. In real time? Yeah, you gosh darn right in real time. What are we doing now? Okay, I got it. We are going for this, and we're just going to do it. Okay, cool.
Give props cause though I'm great, there's lots of art I see that's made by artists that are almost but not quite as good as me. I am a giver, super selfless, gather round to see just who will get a most sought after, not me branded. Well done you.
Oh, I mean that slaps, doesn't it? It just slaps, that intro. So well done you. It's the part of the show where I like to say, well done you. And this week, this episode, we are going for and saying well done you to Charmin, the wonderful people at Charmin, the toilet paper people. Why Charmin? Let me tell you a little story. Last week, when the virus first came onto the scene, I thought that I would try to create a little bit of positivity, meaning money, in the midst of all of this negativity, meaning illness. I figured that the panic that had been created could be shaped into a dollar sign for a particular product, and that product didn't necessarily have anything to do with the virus itself. I mean, hand sanitizer, sure, that was always going to go absolute gangbusters in this time. But I thought outside the box, yeah? I asked myself, what is the scariest potential future of this virus? And I then acted as if that potential future was in fact the current reality that we're dealing with. Yeah? It's a very clever marketing technique and fear-baiting technique that's known in the business as fox newsing. Okay? I thought about a true pandemic like that in World War Z, James, to make some reference to World War Z, or to mid-90s monkey movie Outbreak. I thought of somebody stuck in their home, unable to leave because of the germs / zombies / monkeys. What would they need? What would all of them need? And then I remembered, everybody poops. Everybody poops. Yeah? Even the people who claim not to poop, they poop also. Yeah? So I emailed Charmin, makers of the softest toilet tissue out there, and I offered to do a little bit of viral marketing for them. I thought that by creating a little bit of manageable panic in the aisles, people could be scared into bulk buying toilet tissue. Yes, it's ridiculous. I understand that entirely. But fox newsing has been used to posit far more ridiculous scenarios in the past, so I was confident. I was so confident, in fact, that I thought that I would give them the first bit for free. And I told them to just simply look out for some sales spikes in the Seattle area. And if they were pleased with my work, bring me on as a paid consultant or something. And so I got to work. Now, I don't have any footage of the actual marketing that I did. I thought holding a camera on me whilst I did it would somewhat interfere with the viral nature of the marketing that I was trying to do. But luckily for you, through my green screen and through my acting talent, I can take you anywhere I want. I, Notme, shall be portraying all parts in this particular dramatization. When I am dressed thusly, I shall be portraying the part of Lawrence Face, a normal consumer. And when I am dressed thusly, I shall be portraying Notme, a visionary life artist. Boy, I love shopping at QFC in Seattle. It's the best. So many incredible Kroger brand products to buy, like toaster treats, and Kaleidos, and cans of Dr. K. Wait, what's that I hear? Somebody talking on their cell phone? Well, I just feel real lucky in all of this that my best friend in the world works for the CDC. The CDC, eh? That must mean he has some insider information on the coronavirus. Unless he's just lying for attention, which is something that obviously a lot of women do, but I suppose some men must do it as well. I mean, how else would I know that it stands for the Centre for Disease Control? Nope, he's legit. He simply must be. Let the earwigging commence. Yeah, so my best friend Falcon says that before too long, it's very likely we'll be forced to stay in our homes for weeks at a time. Oh boy, that sounds real serious. Oh, it's real serious. Luckily, I know about it ahead of time, again from my best friend Falcon, who works for the CDC, so I'll be able to stock up on all of the essentials, canned goods, pasta, and especially Charmin toilet tissue. Did he say toilet tissue? Yes, that's right. Toilet tissue. More specifically, Charmin toilet tissue. The finest toilet tissue you can buy. If I can give you a piece of advice... Sorry, I was waiting for you to give me permission to... Can I give you a piece of advice? Great. My advice to you would be, buy all of the Charmin toilet tissue you can carry. Okay then, I'll see you around. Unless I don't because of the government mandated quarantine, like the movie Outbreak that I mentioned before that we're preparing for. But at least you'll have lots of toilet tissue, Charmin toilet tissue in your home to keep you company or use. Okay, bye. I'm going to steal that advice. Oh, what a clever clogs I am. Wait a tick. No! Oh no! Other people must have heard him as well and bought it all already. Yeah, no! I'm really not looking forward to wiping my bum with my hand. Wow. Wow. I mean, wasn't that, as you can see from that dramatization, it worked so well. It worked very, very well indeed. Maybe a little too well, actually, it could be argued, because then Seattle became the epicenter of Corona in the US. The eyes of the world were upon us. And our empty shelves. Now, my viral marketing about a virus went viral, right? It went viral. Isn't it ironic? Don't you think? So then we just, I mean, here, as an example, this is an actual photo that I actually took in Seattle, QFC. You may have noticed it from where I filmed the dramatization. Or did I? No, I didn't. I used green screen. It was magic. But it wasn't just Seattle. New York, Massachusetts, Venezuela, going down into, South America. There's only one. Look at that one. Oh, there's one stuff about the chaps. Maybe that's kitchen roll, though. Galway in Ireland went across the Atlantic to Galway in Ireland. Although you notice here that on this side of the photo, lots of kitchen roll there. And in my opinion, I don't know whether I'm being base here, but if you really want toilet roll, there's no toilet roll available, but there is kitchen roll, and you don't buy that kitchen roll for the same purpose, maybe your heart's not in it. That's one man's opinion. Lip Hook in Hampshire, that's a Sainsbury's. That's really, decimated. Cambridge in the UK, smart people. That was in Tesco in London. Hong Kong, all the way across to Hong Kong. And this one makes me sad. In Taiwan, this little chap, look how sad he is. He's got his trolley, he's got his little basket within the trolley, which says to me that this was all he was getting out to buy. He wasn't buying any other, food supplies, just going out for toilet paper. And he can't get it because he can only get whatever those things are. Do you know what I mean? Melbourne, all the way in Australia, and Brisbane as well. Just a surprise that Australians use toilet paper even. So it went a little bit better than I had anticipated. In some ways, one could argue it's the most influential art piece I've ever done, and so I am kind of proud of it, but still a little bit sad. But if that didn't give you enough of an idea as to how it all worked, I did actually create a short video in the form of a movie parody to really help you understand what happened, and it is something that I'm going to show for you right now. Where is it? This is rubbish. Bad news, guys. There's supposed to be a helicopter here with toilet paper, but I don't know where it is.
We could try Bartels, maybe?
Oh, great. Now everyone's going to want some. I'll have some.
Let's get in a toilet paper helicopter, kids.
Toilet paper, please. Yeah, I'll have some toilet paper, please. No, go away.
Give it a toilet paper.
Get in, guys. We've got all the charmin you need.
Give it a toilet paper. Give me the toilet paper.
I want the toilet paper. Give me the toilet paper. I want the toilet paper. I want the toilet paper. Double quilting. Ooh, that was scary, huh? I almost shit
myself. Well, good job we've got the toilet paper then.
Wow. Didn't think I was going to incorporate World War Z as effectively as that, did you, James? Boom. Both parts of the question answered. But you know what? Do you know what, guys? Charmin never emailed me back. They never did it. Because they didn't need to. They had won. Yeah? Big business has won once again. They'd benefited from my ingenuity and hard work, and it hadn't cost them a penny. So why am I celebrating them today? Why am I doing that? Well, very simply, because the other day, after all of this had really kicked off, during dance practice, this happened. I'm just not getting it. Hello? Who's there? I'm not afraid. There is somebody at the door. Potential, I don't know. Are you infected? There's no one there. Very strange. Charmin. Safety first. Family mega. It's just Charmin toilet tissue. I'm not sure what I expected. Oh, there's a note. To Notme, thanks for everything. 3 exclamation marks. All the best, Leonard. This is wonderful. Charmin. Wow. I mean, what a gesture on their part. I hope you were as tense during that as I felt. An interesting fact, also, I looked it up. Excuse me. Charmin is owned by Procter & Gamble. None of the Procter & Gamble senior staff is called Leonard. So my best guess at the moment is that this note, you get that, was written by the bear, the main bear, the father bear in the family of bears. And I think you'll admit, pretty good handwriting, considering. So Charmin, for rewarding me for my hard work when you didn't need to. I mean, yes, you could have said, you could have given me a percentage of the sales that I created. Some would say that was fair. But a free box of loo roll is still better than nothing. So I say, well done you. Cheers. Delicious. Let's go back to the main for a second and address some of these comments. So Killer Kilch in response, I assume, to my chastisement of the people in Ireland for not using kitchen roll, says, don't flush kitchen roll. Absolutely true. Absolutely true. That'll play havoc with your plumbing. You have to call a plumber out. And in these kind of end days, who knows how much that's going to cost you. That's a good point. Maybe put it in your food recycling? I don't know, might as well. And Emma Acton, we are going to watch Outbreak right now. I watched it again earlier this week. And if you're anything like me, you'll feel exactly the same. Oh my God, this is really good. Oh, Kevin Spacey. So, we're getting through it. Who fancies feeling challenged? I do.
Art bet! To challenge yourself is artistic. Art bet! I'll give you options you can pick. Art bet! Take a guess, see if you won. Art bet! It's not for money, just for fun. Art bet!
Here we go with the art bet. It's that magical time. I said to myself, once I'd received that wonderful gift from Charmine, as it may be pronounced somewhere in the world, what am I going to do now that I am toilet roll rich? What indeed? So without further ado, let's head over to our roving reporter, Notme. Are you there, Notme?
Thanks, Notme. Today's art challenge will be undertaken by Notme, because I am a responsible member of society. I'm currently self-isolating because of this coronavirus crisis. You know who's really suffering as a result of this coronavirus crisis? Aside from the people who have the coronavirus, obviously they're suffering the most. That's a given. Tom Hanks. But the arts are suffering. Yeah? The arts are suffering. And I'm not surprised. In any kind of crisis, the first thing to be cancelled by the powers that be is always the arts, because they believe the arts to be frivolous in some way. They believe that they can build a functioning society without the unnecessary expenditure of the arts. Let's see how that works out. Cameraman George, I'm about to squat. I would ask that you follow me with the camera. In this particular art, I shall be representing those powers that be, the squares in charge. And each one of these toilet tissue tubes, symbols of waste, will represent the money saved by the cancelling of one element of the arts. Perhaps this is a movie theatre. Perhaps this is a theatre. Perhaps this is a man in the park making balloon animals. All equally meritorious. And I, as the powers that be, will attempt to build a society, one on top of the other, with this money that I've saved. Maybe I'll stack up all 24 and everything will work out fine. But maybe, just maybe, things will go a little different. That's my art challenge. Your art bet is simply, how many toilet roll tubes will I stack before society crumbles? Back to you, not me.
Ooh. So we're getting deep into the weeds here. We're getting deep into it, guys. How many toilet rolls before society crumbles? It's a question we've all asked. You don't know all the information, though, so let's go for some things to consider. Thing number one. The number will be taken from the roll that topples the... Essentially, I'm building a roll of... a tower of toilet paper rolls, and then it's going to fall over at some point. Unless it doesn't. Maybe it won't. Probably will. And if it does, we're going to take the number from the roll that causes it to topple. Yeah? Not the amount that can build a sustainable tower, but the, be warned. Number two, I used Lego extensively as a child, so I'm used to building things. I'm used to building towers. I would build many things when I was a youngster with my Lego. With my Lego bricks, actually, there's a lot of consternation. English people write when they say Lego. Our American people write when they say Legos. Neither. It's always lovely when the answer is neither. The correct answer is Lego bricks. Lego toys. Not just Lego, not Legos. Trivia. And number 3, cameraman George is self-isolating with me. You will have noticed that this was being filmed by cameraman George. He is It was a whole thing. I only realised after we'd filmed. Now I was like, what if I've got coronavirus from you? And then we went and I paid for him to get tested, and then he found out he wasn't tested. But then I was like, but what if he catches it afterwards? So he's now sleeping on my. I may have actually woken him up this morning. I don't know. Are you awake yet, George? Grumpy in the mornings. So those are all of our things to consider. What are our options? What are our options here? Boom. A is I would say that's a very negative guess. 0 to 4. Not that I want to influence you, but I'd say that's a very negative guess. That I'm only going to be able to. It'd be difficult, I think, to make a tower fall over with only 4 rolls. But maybe I'm influencing you. Maybe it was very windy inside my flat when I filmed the tower. B, we got 5 to 9. C, 10 to 14. D, 15 to 19. And E, 20 to 24. It could be all 24 if you think that society can run without the arts. Maybe it's 24. Maybe that says more about you as a person. What have we got? Oh gosh. Look at all of these. Lots of comments here. Single tower. Yes, it's just a single one on top of the other. How many rolls have we got? C, 12 to be precise. Okay, that's fine. Definitely not 2 to goes with D. Killer Kilch. D, COVID-19. COVID-19, very appropriate. I like that a lot. Yagirls, Arakilch goes with D as well. Nana Hobbob goes with E. Monkey Pigsy, A. I mean, you guys are getting right to the extremes here, and I respect the heck out of that. I respect the heck out of it. TB Douglas goes with a D. Well, there's only one way to find out, guys. Over to you, not me.
Good luck, everybody. Let's see how this goes. 1, 2,
Tense music, like what?
3,
Feel free to get down whilst you're counting.
4. I'm taking my time with this because I don't want later on to really regret a positioning error that I made so early on.
Smart.
5.
Monkey Pixie, you already made your choice. You're stuck with
6. Holding pretty steady so far. 7. Lucky for some. 8. Hands are shaking. It's
A. Tense.
rather tense here.
You said it, not me.
9. 10. We've hit double figures.
Double figs, baby.
11. Going to stand at this stage.
He's standing.
Adjust my trouser.
Adjust that trouser, baby.
And resume.
And resume.
Wait, how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's 11. This. We have a dozen. This is seeming a lot less stable now. What normally would be solidifying this tower would be the arts themselves, as opposed to the money saved by... Gosh, this is really making a point, I think.
I think I chose wrong. Those are big rolls. That's Shaman, baby.
That's 13. 13. I'm nervous. 14. 14 If you guessed correctly, if that was within your category, congratulations. Make this mean something. God is on your side in this upcoming week. Coronavirus aside, is going to be fantastic. Maybe you'll pick a book to read that you really get into, or maybe you will take this opportunity to reorganize your shelves in a way that you've been meaning to do for ages but haven't got round to. Although obviously if you did lose this, you have that opportunity as well. But give this meaning if you won, and well done. If you didn't win, don't worry about it. It's just toilet paper. Thank you for engaging in this art. I hope you found it useful. And to all of you out there, the powers that be, Governor Jay Inslee, Mayor Jenny Durkan, etc., gaze upon this site. This is your society without the arts. I think we made our point, didn't we, George?
Wow. Wow. I mean, point made. Am I right? Point made. Oh, no, that's all gone wrong. Minimize that. There we go. It all worked out well. So there we go. Well done, I believe, simply to Emma Acton. I mean, Monkey Pixie tried to get on the bandwagon towards the end, but no dice, I'm afraid. Absolutely no dice. First answers only. Or, maybe go for your one as well. It doesn't really matter. So thank you all for engaging with that. Let's go for a little fade. A couple of things to address. Emma Acton, you may have missed my question. In your opinion, which cartoon bear has the best handwriting? For me, and I have no evidence of this, one would generally, in an ideal situation, one would go for finger length. It's going to be an indicator of dexterity. But in putting me on the spot, my gut says Rupert the Bear. Seems like a very nice chap, a lovely scarf, so he's quite sensible. And in my opinion, studious, sensible people tend to have pretty good handwriting, unless they then go on to become doctors. But thank you so much for the comment, Monkey Pixie. Nice fairy lights. Not me. I would call them string lights more than fairy lights. Fairy has, I believe, a magical connotation that I don't necessarily appreciate with regard to the string lights. I think they are there in a tangible way to create that sense of wonder in a real way. They're real. You can touch them, and they do get quite hot, actually. So don't touch them if they've been on for a while. What have we got next? Of course. Family simile. Who wants to go for a drum roll? Drum roll? Drum roll? Can we drum roll? Is anyone drum rolling? I assume you're all drum rolling, so I'm just going to go ahead with it. Definitely not Duda, as infectious as a McDonald's craving. And now the reason that I went for this is I was seeing in the chat that it was so infectious that it was infectious within the chat. I think there's going to be several more people going to a McDonald's drive-through, OBS, that wouldn't have necessarily done it previously. As infectious as a McDonald's craving. We've all been there. We've all been there when we have returned home. For me personally, I live on the top floor of my building, so I have to use the lift. And so I get into the lift, and either somebody is in the lift with a McDonald's, or somebody has left the lift but had been eating McDonald's, and that aroma stays there, and then I immediately have to go up, go right back down, out, and then I'm getting a couple of cheeseburgers at McDonald's. So definitely not Duda. I believe the first two-time winner? Two-time? Maybe. But congratulations. You should be on the ticker for next episodes, for the next week's episode, because there will be an episode next week. You lucky people. Let's go for a wipe up. There we go. There will be an episode next week, because I think it's the right and sensible and responsible thing to do. So thank you so much to all of you who watched. I raise my glass to each and every one of you. Providing I'm not dead, obviously I will have another episode for you next Sunday. Email me as much as you like. I am not me, I am art at gmail.com. Ask me a question, ask me for advice, ask me for art, ask me for anything. James did, and he got a whole episode dedicated to him, kind of. I mean, it was going to be, it was going to be coronavirus anyway, because that's all anybody is talking about. Do you know what, guys? Monkey pixie fairies are cool, though, absolutely. Also, you can touch fairies. Doesn't that kill them? Or is that bees? I don't know. I don't think I can leave the episode like this. I feel like it's, the current state that we're in. I don't think I would be doing my job as an artiste if I didn't give you all some hope for the future, yeah? I'm going to take it down a little bit here. Whilst I can't give you a cure for this heinous virus, of course I can't. I can give you a cure for something else, the panic. The panic is going across the nation, and indeed the whole world at the moment, and that is panic that, yes, I am partially responsible for creating, toilet paper-wise, so maybe there's an element of guilt. Maybe I do feel a touch guilty, because I am partially responsible for it. Maybe I'm just a great stand-up guy, Again, why can't it be both? Why can't it be both? But here's my cure. Here's my cure. Panic is fear. Yeah? Panic is fear. And the cure for fear is confidence. If you are confident, walking into a room full of strangers, you won't be afraid that they won't like you, or will talk about you behind your back, or scratch rude words into your car with their keys. You need that confidence. And what gives you confidence, guys? What gives you confidence? Well, positive frame of mind, sure, but also booze. So really, if you think about this situation very creatively, engaging your imaginospheres at full power, the cure for the panic caused by corona is a corona. Also, it helps a company that has been dragged through the mud through absolutely no fault of their own. Here we go. Oh. The cure for corona is corona. Yeah? It's corona. Very simply. Oh, God. Oh, God. 9:45 in the morning. That does not go down smooth. I don't know how alcoholics do it. But this, the cure for corona, is corona. That is creative thinking. That is a practical application of abstract thoughts. That is art, ladies and gentlemen. What a triumphant end to the episode. I am Notme. I am art, and I am wishing you a very, very happy, very, very healthy, and a very, very creative week ahead. Cheers.
Just now, it was creative, live and divine. You did wonderful work, so go and take a bow. Just a slightly small about the vine. So I'll see you right here next week, same time. Oh gosh, I just don't know. But I can promise you this, I'm going to blow your mind next week on the Most Week Show.